do this up here. And hi everyone, welcome to our latest inspo session. We're doing breakfast today. So all about breakfast, using lots of different modes, 3 times of muesli, some juice, beautiful bread, and lots and lots of tips along the way. So my name is Lisa B, and I am a consultant and team leader. I'm based down in Dalula. I've been with Thermomix coming up for 15 years now in lots of different roles. So obviously I love it because I'm still doing it. So one of the things we love to talk to you about is joining us. So if you're having fun tonight or if you're seeing this online and it piques your interest, then please message us and we would love to talk to you about becoming a consultant as well. I'm going to whack my Thermomix there. So just right at the beginning, I just want to let you know about this exciting offer that came out today. So we have a couple of different offers on at the moment, and one is for you to trade in your TM31, and the other one is to purchase outright. And right today, we got a new offer, but there's a crossover period. So we thought a lot of you will know about the current offer, but you know won't be aware because it's literally just been announced about the crossover offer that you can take up. And you can choose in the next 3 days which one of those offers that you would like. So at the end, Lisa will pop up the actual flyers and you'll see all the graphics and things. But basically, if you are going to trade your Thermomix in, you'll receive a $380 discount on the Thermomix. And then both offers are the same, doesn't matter whether you're trading or buying. An option of a $300 mix shop voucher, a cutter, and a blade cover. Or the new one crossing over is a $200 Woolworths gift card, our beautiful celebrations cookbook, and a free bowl. So, woohoo! Amazing offers, and we'll go through those again at the end of the session, and along the way we'll kind of let you know things. So, if you're on the fence there, or you are maybe thinking trading, this is a great offer for you. All right, let's get going. So, Lisa G.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. So I'm Lisa G. I have been a consultant 8 out of the last 10 years. So I've had the 21, the 31, the 5, and the 6. And I used to be a consultant in South Yuendurup, and now I am up in Beaver Lake, but I'm still traveling up and down and east and west and wherever I'm needed. So, yeah.
Cool. All
That's
right.
me.
So the first dish we're going to do tonight, we've got quite a lot actually. The first dish is it's a bread. It comes out a bit more like a brioche. It's just called a breakfast bread. Some of the recipes tonight we've taken from some of the international cookie dough sites. So that's where you need to make sure you're searching in English, not by country. And just searching around for breakfast, some of these things popped up from different countries. So we'll let you know which countries along the way. So for those of you who are new or are looking have a 31 and they're not sure how things work, same as 31, except it's on a screen. So you've got temperature, time, and speed, exactly like you would have, and the other functions are built in as well. The thing that we've done, and I'm sure Lisa has as well, there's 2 different ways for us to be able to have the recipes. We can search online straight away on the Thermomix, or we can pre-search on Cookie Doo and pop it into a weekly planner, a recipe collection, those things, and then access them straight on the Thermomix. So, for example, today I'll show you where to find it as a collection, and Lisa will show you as my week. So I'm going to go into, you should see my screen, my finger will match the big screen. So I'm going to go into my recipes, and then I'm going to go into created collections, and all my collections, yes, I have a lot, are in here. So if I know I've got, my favorite pastas or my favorite cakes or juices or breads, they're all bookmarked. So today I've called it 19th of September breakfast, and there's all the recipes. So I can just go into this collection and use the recipes along the way.
And what Lisa actually did was shared with me that
I did.
collection, and it's now on my Thermomix as well.
Yeah. So you have to do it from the app to share, but if you've got friends and you've got your own favorite little collections, cakes, whatever it is, you can make that collection. And then up the top, there's 3 dots and it says share. Literally, we were on the phone and Lisa had it straight away. It's quite amazing. So then it's on her Thermomix as well. So the first one we're doing it in bits and pieces because of the timing of it. So we're doing this sweet breakfast bread, and this one comes from the UK, the UK one. So sweet breakfast bread, and it kind of looks like that. And I'm going to do the prep of the dough, and then Lisa's going to take over and show you how to put together and bake it. And then we've got one pre-made as well in case the timing doesn't work. So basically, as I said, it's like a brioche, and we pre-waste to speed things up. So I've got my flour, just checking there's nothing in there, and some sugar and some butter. Okay, so this is basically a crumble, as in any apple crumble, etc. So very quick, and it's that.
Just
Okay, so it says to put this in the fridge. It's just I found it was quite good because some of the butter it stays hard, so you get nice little crunchy bits. You can see there, get nice little crunchy bits from the butter. I think this is a fantastic bread to have if you've got guests. It's a quick one that you can make, or if you're going to a brunch or something like that, then I think it'll be a bit of a wow when you see it at the end. Okay, so there's an egg and then 2 egg yolks in there, and then more butter. I just cubed up as per. And a bit more, that doesn't matter. And some more sugar. I'm just using raw sugar. Remember, if you wanted to, you can just chuck that in and blitz it for a couple of seconds and you'll have more fine, so a bit more like caster sugar, or you can make icing sugar with your raw sugar. It's quite handy. And some vanilla sugar. I don't know where my vanilla sugar went, but you make your own vanilla sugar just with normal sugar and stick a vanilla bean in it. Lisa's got hers. So I'm just going to stick
smells amazing.
I just stick a few drops of, and it lasts forever. Okay. And yeast. So it's 4 teaspoons, which is quite a lot for bread. I've not really ever had that much. And milk. Nearly. Okay. Pretty well. So quick.
There we go. I will just grab my sensor.
Yes, so this is a great one. We're introducing the sensor. This is written into this recipe. So you'll see that as we go through, but Lisa's just going to give you a little bit of a heads up on what the sensor is and how it works, and then we'll put it in at the end when we do the bread. Something?
Yeah.
Over to you.
So I've got the sensor. So what it is like the Meter Plus, if anybody had that before, except now it also does. So what it's that, and you place it into your meat, your bread, or your cakes, and it senses the internal temperature of the meat, the cake, or the bread. And it's actually hooked by Bluetooth to the Thermomix. And there's also an app as well. And you choose what kind of bread it is or what kind of meat it is and how much you want it cooked. And it goes, you can either put it in the Varoma, you can put it in the oven, or you can put it in your barbecue as well. It does perfect barbecued meat. And what it does, it tells you when the internal temperature of that item is the correct temperature that it's cooked to what you chose. And then for the meat, it will actually tell you to set it aside for a certain amount of time, and then it'll tell you that it's done. So it's really fantastic. And I've found that it's improved my bread, my banana bread, out of sight because it was always wet on the bottom. And now I pop it in and my banana bread comes out so much better because it cooks for longer and it cooks to the correct internal temperature. How's that?
Yeah, and when I used it today, when I first used it, I was like, I didn't really trust it. So I was still using my skewer and things like that. Same as when I had the Meter Plus, and I have had that for a while and love it, but I still wasn't sure. Today, when I put it in, I just put it in, set it for the timer, and I just walked away, didn't even come back and check how long or anything along those lines. And then it just, you've got your app on your phone as well, and it just told me it was ready, and I just took it out, like completely no thought process whatsoever. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. And you actually got a rubber piece on the bottom, which actually sits on the side of your cake tins. Lisa will show you that item that I have lost in transit. We did a cooking class, and I put it somewhere, so I need to get a new one.
So it just goes in. It depends. There's two different sides. So there's this one or a deeper one, deeper down one. It's a bit hard to get in today. And you don't need it all the times, but it does fit onto the side of a tin if you wanted to. But a lot of the stuff you don't need it. You just stick it in.
I keep forgetting to get the new bit because I haven't actually needed it.
No. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Let's call this.
35 seconds.
We can probably stop, because the thing about a Thermomix is you can actually make your own rules. You don't have to follow the rules. So I'm just going to add the flour in, and this is going to need, we'll flick back to Lisa and she'll show you what it comes out like.
Yeah.
There we go. Salt was in there. Okay, so this needs for 3 minutes. So Lisa's going to move on to the next step, and I'll do this bit because I have to keep. And then we'll go on with tag team for some other things. So over to you, Lisa.
Yep. So I'm using my bread mat. Handy hint for young players with your bread mat is to actually roll it in a tea towel. It dries it and then also keeps it nice. So I've got this is the new style bread mat. I've got that. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to turn my Thermomix around. I've actually got one of the slider boards. So it's just easy as that.
How do you get one of those?
It actually is a Host reward.
Amazing.
Yes. Host. So 40 minutes ago, I made my dough. So here's my dough, and I rested it in the Thermomix for the 30 minutes that it said. And I'm just going to go back to the recipe. So it's in created collections. Once I opened the link that Lisa sent me, it's actually in created collections, and I will just open it up. So sweet breakfast bread is what it's called, and I've also pre-made the topping as well. Now I can actually scroll down. I'll turn it back around. Once you're actually at the recipe, I've actually pre-made parts of it. So I'm actually going to scroll down to the point. There we go. Where it says rest for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, line a baking tray with baking paper. Oh, no. And then I'm just going to click on this step because I'm actually at that step now, and I don't need to go next to actually access the step that I want. So it says transfer rested dough to a work surface and then halve. So handy hint for young players with dough and spaghetti is to twist your blades. So I'm going to pull most of it out. And then I will twist my blades. Because this is actually rested in the Thermomix. Not as. There we go. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do the flick to get the rest of it out. So there's still quite a bit of dough in there. I'm just going to come out of the recipe and dial it up to 10 for like less than a second. And then I'm going to get the rest of the dough out. And I'll come back into my recipe. There we go. Let's grab and my little dough thing, because you don't want to use a sharp knife on your bread mat because it'll cut through and you won't be able to use it again. So I am just going to.
Okay, so just while you're doing that, so this is how it's
kneaded,
yours. And it's actually quite warm because it cooked. It's different to a lot of other doughs because it cooked that first stage with all the eggs and things. So that's why it's kind of more brioche and it's quite yellow. And so basically it just says in there to leave it in the bowl on the Thermomix. So you just walk away. So that's
and
quite
mine
good.
Grew to basically fill the bowl.
Yeah. And
as well.
In order to time it, while Lisa's doing that, if you touch on the little arrow at the top up here, there is now a timer on the Thermomix itself. So all you can do is you just push timer and set it for the 30 minutes. And you can keep going cooking and doing whatever you like while that's timing. You just go back in and you keep cooking, doing whatever it is that you're doing. You can use the sensor as well. And just keep using the Thermomix, and then they'll both beep at you when they're good to go. So for some things like that, it's just as easy to do it on there, and you're used to the sound of the Thermomix, so you'll know the ding when it's ready. So just changes from different timers.
And this recipe is actually showing you a picture of cutting the dough into 3. So I've cut it in half, then I've cut it into 3 parts, and roll it into a log, and then it shows me another picture of how to do it into a plait. So these are really groovy plaited bread. So it's 20 centimeters, it says, into a rope, approximately 20 centimeters long. And I've actually got on my bread mat 20 centimeters, which is actually not very long. So 3 lots of 20 centimeters. And then we pinch the ends together, and then I'm going to plait it. Can you actually see my, oh yeah, you can see what I'm doing, sort of. There we go. So I am going to squish them together. So you could do this with your normal bread as well. As you just go over, we all, have plaited things before. Obviously, their 20 centimeters looks a lot longer than mine.
I did go a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll for the second one, I'll go a longer bit. All right. And then go again. We'll do a third.
So while Lisa's doing that, I'm going to go out, and I'll just set up you just jump in, Lisa, if you need.
Yep.
I'm just going to go back in. Now I put the recipes in my week as well. So I just tagged them all and went cook today, or you can just drag them. You can do however you like. And we're on to our first muesli for the night. So there's a couple of different ways for today. So this one is called an almond and overnight oats. And it's in the health cookbook, and it's good for gut because it's got lots of good ingredients. Now, this is one that's awesome as well. This one is great because you can do it the night before. It's really quick, you'll see. You can do it the night before wake up, bang, you've got your breakfast. It does enough for a couple of days, and great for guests. If you've got guests, something really cool to just give them first up for part of breakfast. Has fruits and things. Oops, need a bowl. Here we go. So 80 grams of almond, dry roasted and activated. Because the activated, it's to do with a health aspect. I must say I'm just using normal roasted. Oh, there you go. What's great. And they've obviously got to get chopped a little bit.
I'm just stretching this one out so it's a little bit longer. So it looked a bit stunted.
Okay, one apple, approximately 160 grams. You can weigh it. If you want to weigh and you're new to TM6, the 3 little dots up here take you to the scales. Now, I haven't weighed this. It was a tiny baby apple, and I use a pear as well, just as a bit of change. So I should show you, sorry. So that was the almonds they've really milled right down. So that goes in. And a little tiny chop. Tells you what it's doing. Ladies. Love that. Okay, so then it's your rolled oats. So this is where the overnight part comes in. These will all cook overnight. You've got your oats. You've got chia. So chia swells up. That's what creates it more like a pudding, and it gives it that texture. And good for you. And then milk of choice. So for gut health, it would be probably a non-dairy milk. But we are dairy people, so we have to eat this. So I'll put that in. Now, you could make your own almond milk. I think we did that in one of our recent basics classes. We did some almond milk to show you how to do that. So you can have that made and use that. Really quick and easy as well. Maple syrup. Oops. Need to get all that out because it's so yummy.
So, and if you don't have agave syrup is also really good as a substitute for maple syrup.
So I put the salt in the maple syrup, believe it or not. And all we do now is we mix this on reverse. So no, reverse is built into the recipe. Don't need to find the button. And then this needs to sit for 10 minutes before we pull it out, just to start getting thickening. So you can see how runny that is now. See how runny that is now? In 10 minutes, it will be quite thick, and then I'll show you the finished product at the end. So I'm just going to leave that on there. Lisa, how are you going there?
Yep, good. So it says leave for 15 minutes and preheat your oven. So mine's already preheated. And then we're just going to put our egg on, do an egg wash. And then I've turned around my Thermomix. I'm assuming it's going to say pop our crumb on top. So my crumb is sitting in my fridge. Oh, and insert the sensor. So it's actually within the recipe to insert the sensor. Do I put the? Oh yeah.
You've got to leave it.
Yep.
Then it's 15 minutes, and then.
Yep. I've done that.
Now, when you want to do any of your breads and cakes, it doesn't have to be built into the recipe. So you can just go to the sensor and choose what it is that you're cooking, and put the sensor in as a manual thing. So everything I cook now that's baking, I put the sensor in. It's quite fantastic.
And here's my crumb that had been in the fridge. There's a lot more crumb than there is.
I found I stuck it on the sides.
Oh yeah, let's go crazy because I love crumb. I love apple crumble and all the other
Yeah.
crumbles and stuff. And then I will get my sensor out. So it's connected by Bluetooth to my Thermomix. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in no further than the line into the middle of one of my breads. And you don't want to touch the base either, because then it's not getting the internal temperature, it's getting the temperature of the tray. So insert the sensor. Next, so it says 92 degrees and send. All set. And away we go. So chuck it in the oven. And then I'll take it out when the sensor tells me.
And so what you can see I've done is I've gone through the process of the setup as though it was manual. And I know that dough is a bit of a rich dough, so it's a brioche. Again, there's your 92, and I say send. And
yes,
okay,
and there's a couple of different ways.
And there we've got it when we've done it manually. So same thing.
Yeah, and with the app as well. You can just do it on your phone as well. That also connects. I've got that app as well. I think it's called Cooking Center.
Yep, it is.
The app. Yeah.
Okay, so while we wait for that, next up we're going to look at two more mueslis. I think Lisa's on to.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm going to. Yes. Yep. Yes, so I am going to my recipes created collection. So that's the one that Lisa sent me. I'll just turn the camera a little bit back towards me. I don't need to see the side anymore. There we go. Okay. So Lisa's called it, what have we called it? 19th of September, 24, breakfast. And what I am going to do is the vanilla and honey toasted muesli. So I've made this a few times and hubby adores it. So, and what I've got as well, what I'm using tonight and what I use in the oven is some of our rose gold bakeware with our mats that actually are built for that. So start cooking, preheat oven to 150. So I'll wait till the other, because that's 180 is our bread. So I'll wait till that's finished and then I'll turn the dial down and bake it. So line 2 baking trays. So 1 cinnamon quill. Of course, the container of cinnamon quills has gone missing somewhere in my laundry. So I'm just going to put some cinnamon in. And so the cinnamon quill, what it's going to do is it's going to mill the cinnamon quill, which of course is a great way. You can mill all your own spices, your own spice mixes. Lisa buys from, what are they called? Two brothers?
Two brothers.
Two brothers. And she does her own spice mixes. I do my own garam masala, my own taco seasoning. There's Mexican chili seasoning that I've done as well, and a different one, masala.
Curry powders, all your ground. I buy the wholes and just use the ground.
Yes.
So really good. That Two Brothers is great. They deliver. It's good quality.
Yep. So that's 100 grams of almonds, 80 grams of pecans. So I only had to go out today and buy cranberries because somebody in my house ate them all. So I had none left, but everything else is just straight out of my cupboard. So you're saving money just by using all the things in your cupboard. So insert measuring cup, So it's going to do turbo, and you can actually choose half a second, 1 second, or 2 seconds. The recipe itself has chosen 1 second. So even within recipes, you're using your modes that are part of the TM6. So and when you've got a mode, you only need to turn the silver dial 1 click. And that's it. Oh, 2 times, sorry. Read the instructions. All right, then 60 grams of dried apricots. And of course, you can see I waited until I've gone to the next step to press to take my lid off. So I'm just going to tear that. And I'm going to horrify Lisa.
Ooh.
Because I haven't weighed them all.
Oh.
I'm going to throw these things in. I know I've got enough of everything. In fact, there we go. I'm good at my weights. Oh, insert measuring cup. So this one, we're chopping each thing not each thing, but some of them as we go. So 3 seconds. Speed 6 shows me where 6 is, and it won't let me go past 6 to start. There we go, 3 seconds. Then it's 250 grams of rolled oats. I normally, when I ask for rolled oats, I usually use quick oats, but I'm doing the rolled oats today because I know it's just a better result. So let me show you what I've got so far. There we go. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Same thing. Zero it again. 250 of the rolled oats. But as always, if you don't have something, just use what you've got. There's no Thermomix police, as I always say. No one's going to tell you off.
Yeah, I often use dried pear, dried peach, just for a change, things like that. So
Yes.
it doesn't matter. The quantities are, it's okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Look at that. My timer has gone off.
Oh, your time's done. Awesome. So half a teaspoon of ground cardamom. So same thing again, you can buy your own cardamom. There we go. 70 grams of sunflower seeds, which is those ones. So there's actually a really great vegetable soup that has a pesto with sunflower seeds. That's really good.
It's done in the new Varoma bunts. We've got really lightweight aluminium Varoma bunts, and you can do rices and things while you're cooking your curries. So it's just a whole new step because one of the things is, we're cooking that, but we have to cook the rice separate. So there's breads and other things that you can cook on top of your Mexican dish or things like that. So it's pretty cool. And you go.
Yeah, so pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds. So I've actually got, keep going.
Just showing how thick that's got now, just in that 10 minutes. And while you're going, I'll just pop some out into a cup, which is what I use for mine. And I'll show you that as we go.
Oh, there they are. So sesame seeds, these are just normal sesame seeds, but I've also bought, I love buying toasted white and toasted black sesame seeds for zhuzhing up my recipes at the end. 20 grams of chia seeds. So obviously it doesn't say white, black, or in between.
No.
So I'm just using a multicolored one. Now, 100 grams of raisins. I'm sorry, I don't do raisins. So there's a lot of things, no peas, no raisins. I have a list. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, so there's, when it's time for show and tell, I'll show the difference. But you can see it's quite thick already. And then that sets overnight, but you could do it like I did it this morning because I forgot last night, and it'll be fine. I'll show you. You don't need 24 hours for it. But we'll take that to the next step in a moment.
Awesome. So the last couple of times I've made this, I've been looking for dried blueberries and hadn't found any. But today I found this gently baked berries in Woolworths. So I've taken out my blueberries.
Two brothers have all those dried berries.
That's what I need to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
I should get commission.
You should. You should get an affiliate link like an influencer.
I actually think there is.
Oh, is there?
I'm
going to throw some of the other berries in as well because I haven't got the raisins. What the heck? And then we've got our cranberries. That's 60 grams of cranberries. So that's the other thing. Like at Christmas, when I make my white Christmas, and you normally put in raisins or currants or whatever it is, I actually use dried cranberries. It's my favorite alternate ingredient. So shredded coconut as well. Got this thing. It is huge. Lots of things in here. Look at that. 60-ish. Okay, natural vanilla extract. As people knew, I am the queen of teaspoon. What teaspoon? And somebody actually went to Costco the other day and bought me the big one. So I'm very excited. Let me advertise.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh.
Nice. How good is that? So yeah, that's awesome. 130 grams of honey. So another handy hint with the honey and the honeycomb, because Lisa uses the what's
golden
it called?
syrup.
The golden syrup. Yeah. Yes. Because I actually tried my friend's really good quality honey in the honeycomb, and it burned really fast. So you're better off using your golden syrup.
There's slightly different flavors. So as long as you use the store-bought honey, I prefer the little bit deeper flavor, and it's a little bit darker, the golden syrup, but it's personal preference. However, that is a function of the TM6. If you have a 31, we have a sugar modes. So you can do your honeycombs, your toffees, you can do on high heat caramelized onions and all those sorts of things. So we do all different ones at different of our online. So we use different things each time. So just watch out. We always post a little Canva of what's going on and when, and then you can ask your consultant for the links, or the link or QR codes are actually on there as well. So you can just type them in and join, and then we can pass on. Olive oil.
So grapeseed oil, that one.
Grapeseed oil.
Yeah, which has less flavor than your olive oil. So it's got a video to show you to put the spatula in whilst it's and move the spatula about. As you know, the spatula has a stopper, so it stops you actually hitting the blades. Little video. So your recipes, and they're updating all the time with new pictures, new videos, all that sort of stuff, and also with portion sizing changes as well. But as you know, there's 100,000 recipes in cookie dough. So speed selected 2 for 2 minutes, and it's on 70 degrees. So I'll just stand here while you talk.
How long?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. All right. Well, I'll crack on then to the juice. So we picked a coconut chai green smoothie. Now I'm just going to look because it comes from Canada, believe it or not. I just typed in green smoothies because I was trying to get different ones for us, just for variety, different good smoothies. And this one actually came from Canada. The chia one is Australian, but it's from the Nourish, if you wanted to look at the actual book for those health ones. And the bread's from UK. So we've been all over the world just for breakfast. How good is that? Okay, drink. So this one, yes, I want to. This one has your cashews you soak for about 4 hours. You could do overnight before you juice, etc. So I've done that. And if I wanted to, see it says here, see the tip. So I can go in my little three dots, go to recipe detail and scroll down the bottom and go, what's the tip about the nuts? Oh, for a quick soak, add raw cashews and a pinch of salt or glass jar or bowl. Cover the nuts in warm water and allow to soak for 1 hour. So there's always little tips with all the recipes. So always remember to scroll down and have a look at those. Okay, so we've done that. Done that. Okay, so I'm putting them in. And I never can say this, medjool dates. So they're those big, there's those big ones. And you can obviously you can get them at all the shops and just seeded. So they're a bit of a sweeter flavor. I guess they're a better date all up. So just 3. So that is actually what's going to give the juice the sweetness. And we chop that. Oh, now see this one? So this is blend. So again, this function you can scroll across to your mode and find the blend function. Sorry. Home. If you were wanting to do something manual like your juice, so normally with my juice, I just throw everything in and I go to the blend mode and use that manually, basically. But in this recipe, it's built in. So I've bookmarked it, I'm back. And so it's like the other functions, the turbo, those things, they're already built in. They're already in the recipe. You don't have to fiddle around with any buttons. And that's going to go for 15 seconds. Just touch it. Got a little bit stuck there, so we'll have a little look. So it's basically blending it up to a paste. You've got those with the dates and the nuts. And so, whoops, missed a step. Bananas, got to get the bananas.
Has anyone got any questions so far? Let us know in the comments.
I've lost my bananas.
Oh, no.
I know I've got them.
I've got 3 that are brown, so there's going to be banana bread tomorrow, as always.
So the bananas need to be frozen, which is what I've done.
For that one, yeah.
I just don't know where I've put them. Would you like to move on to the next bit?
Yes. So I'll just show you. Here is my vanilla toasted muesli. It is fantastic. So the thinner, I like it super crunchy. So I like to spread it out as thin as I can. And that's how much there is. So there's quite a lot. And I sort of cook it low and slow until it's lovely and golden and crunchy. And then, yeah, hubby adores it, takes it to work sometimes with him, takes it camping. So it's really good. And of course, you're saving an absolute fortune because I didn't have to buy hardly anything for that. I had it all in the cupboard. And if you don't have, say, the nuts or whatever, swap it out. Swap it out. So, how do you get a sensor for free? Well, don't get a sensor for free. Let me have a look. I am going to go to the asset library, and we've actually got a new, so it's not in our Postal Wars catalog anymore, is it? No. However, so I'm just going to share with you. I'll share the screen while Lisa's looking for stuff. I'm just looking over here because I've got my laptop here and my phone here. I've usually got the laptop there so I can see everybody there. So I keep looking off to the side. Are you good, or you want me to share
No,
screen?
I have
No?
lost my bananas.
Oh no.
I'm going to keep looking.
Cool. So this is our new host reward uh layout of our offerings. So we've actually got how host rewards work is there's you as the host plus two guests. And we cook 2 to 3 dishes together. And we talk about food, which is fabulous. And then if nobody purchases as a result of your cooking experience, then you get a discounted host reward. But if somebody does purchase as a result of your cooking experience, then a lot of these items are free. So you've got your thermo servers. So host price is $30, free when you get if a guest buys a TM6. Same with your oval thermo server, which is amazing to put on your bench. Our blade cover peeler, which is fantastic for peeling and also makes your Thermomix a slow cooker and a sous vide machine. Then you've got the white thermo server, which Lisa's going to show you in a minute. The glider board that I've already showed you, spinning my Thermomix around. So the cutter is one of our host rewards now for the moment. So this one is if nobody purchases $159, $19 when a guest buys a TM6. So $19 for a cutter is amazing. And then the rest are free. So you got the vacuum seal and wand. You've got the bread mat that I've showed you and the oven mat. And your 12-month cookies do subscription is also a host reward. Now, what you can do is if you actually come to one of our virtuals and you bring 2 of your friends, we can actually create an event for you, a demo, because you've brought 2 friends along. So any one of our virtuals or our open houses, if you bring 2 friends along, you've now created your own demo. You don't have to have it in your own home. How you going? No banana.
No banana. I froze 2 bananas today in a bowl somewhere.
Somewhere.
I'll have another lookie, but I think in the interim, what I can do is just make it without the banana, and we'll go from there. So
Cool.
let's skip that step. You look. It's really weird. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, so I'm
You'd
going to
think it
skip the
was
banana.
Monday.
Yeah, so just skip the banana. Obviously that makes it creamier and a bit thicker. And so then I've got ginger and I've got some maple syrup. See how it says inch? Because this is the Canadian one. So I've got cinnamon
Yep.
and nutmeg. Vanilla extract, that was that bit. And then spinach leaves. Now I bought the rocket mixture. So I like having the peppery.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I'm a straight spinach girl.
and then there's the coconut water because it's a healthy thing. So now you can make this with just water as well. It obviously gives it because coconut water doesn't really taste that. Okay. Did you find them? He found them. Oh,
Where were
where were
they?
they? Where were they? Different bowls of the freezer.
Right.
Okay. So the frozen banana goes in. So just big chunks. So it's 2 bananas. And you can even buy banana already frozen these days if you want. And ice cubes. That might stop. Mm. That'll get the beagles in. Bit of ice. They love. Here they come. Okay, that's it. Okay, and again, the blend function, and this is 3 minutes because there's a lot in there to get going. When I make my normal juices, I'll put all my fruit, any, fruit, greens, non-greens, whatever it is. I'll do a minute on blend, and then I'll add my milk for a smoothie or my water or whatever, and then I'll do another minute. But this one's a bit longer, so it's okay. If you want to change it, you can.
Awesome. So I'm actually going to do Hollandaise sauce now. So rather than go out for a fancy breakfast, you can make your own Hollandaise sauce, whack your toast on, cut up your avo for your avo toast as well. And you can also use, let us just go out. We have our boiled egg, there you go, egg boiler mode. So you put your 2 to 6 cold eggs in the bottom of the bowl around the blades, fill to the liter mark with water, and then choose how you would like your boiled eggs. So not everybody's into boiled eggs. Some people are into poached eggs. So you can actually poach your eggs in the Varoma, or if you have the blade cover peeler, there's also a recipe for doing your poached eggs that way. I'm a boiled egg girl, so I don't have, oh, hello. So I'm not sure if you can hear that, but my Thermomix is chiming at me to tell me to take my bread off the heat. So I actually turned it around about 10 minutes ago because my oven is one of those ones that you need to turn things around. And the chime's still going. So I'm just going to confirm there. And there is my bread. How good does that look? Looks awesome. And what you can do as well, when you make bread in the Thermomix, you can freeze it as soon as it's cooled, which is a really good way. So I'm going to freeze it because there's only a couple of us here at home at the moment. And obviously when it defrosts, it'll be perfect, and I'll warm it back up on a low heat when I want to use it. But that should be good for breakfast tomorrow morning as well. Okay, so back to Hollandaise. Has anyone done poached eggs or used the boiled egg mode as yet? Oh. Yeah? Who was that? Can't hear. So creative collections, going to today. I've done a lot of boiled eggs, but of course I'm a 70s tragic, so everything has to be hard boiled. For me, I don't like runny things. It's sad. It's a really sad way to live, but I've come to accept it. So our Hollandaise serves 2 to 4. So you can actually, there we go, preparation. Start cooking. So I've got my 10 grams of water and my 20 grams. I've actually done 15 grams of lemon juice just to give that a try, because it actually says 10 grams of water and then 10 to 20 grams of lemon juice. So I've gone halfway. 150 grams of unsalted butter, which has just been sitting here. Here we go. 4 egg yolks. So then when you do your egg yolks, you just need to look up, because I used 2 egg yolks in the bread and then 4. So then I've got 6 egg whites. I can then make a meringue tomorrow with my egg whites. So there's my 4 egg yolks. So don't waste your yolks or your whites. Always look to see if there's a recipe that you can use. You can also freeze your egg whites as well until you need them. 1 to 2 pinches of salt. Pinch is what you decide it is. 1 to 2 pinches of pepper. So I do a little less in the pinch of the pepper. All right, insert measuring cup. And so this is yet another recipe where we've got the mode occurs within the recipe itself. So this is our thicken mode, which is our sauces. 80 degrees. Please turn speed selected to start. So like I said, when you've got a mode, it's just one click and then away it goes. What I'm actually going to do, because it's going to be a few minutes, I'm going to take it over to my other Thermomix, which is just sitting over here. I'm going to turn that on. And then I'll put that on because I want to use this Thermomix to make
something else.
Oh, yes, something else, which is another
muesli, I think.
No,
I don't know. We're all out of whack.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm doing a spread.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the juice. So it's very thick.
Ooh.
The recipe says for 4.
Yeah.
This I had to use the jug because I've got bread in one and the muesli in another one, so I had to rinse. So I've put it in. It's not very pretty because it's in a gold one of my grandma's old jug. But you can see basically awesome. For the quantity, there's a lot.
Wow.
So you can actually just halve it. If you just want a little bit, you can halve it. It'll be all right till tomorrow, but because the bananas, we'll be drinking that all night, I think.
All night. You're going to feel so healthy in the morning.
I know. I've got all my stuff here to show at the end, but the last thing, no, you go.
Yes. So I'm going to do, right, so I'm going to get out of this so you can do the 3 dots. So whenever you're going through the Thermomix, anything with dots and lines, explore. Can't wreck it. And that's where everything is. All the hidden things, well, they're not hidden, but all the modes and stuff. So I'm going to cancel recipe there. Yes. I'm going to go back into my recipes, creative collections, today's collection, and I'm going to make hazelnut chocolate spread, which of course is our Nutella alternative. And yet again, so you're saving money. So I already had all the things in my cupboard, except for, it says 150 grams of hazelnuts with the skin on. I actually had 150 grams of hazelnut, no skin on. So I'm going to use what I've got, as always. Then it says insert measuring cup, 35 seconds, speed 9. So it's going. So it says until finely ground. Extend time if necessary. So you're still in control. So if something hasn't chopped enough for you, you can go back in the recipe, chop it again. Or if you don't have an ingredient, skip the step. So there's my hazelnuts, chopped, scrape down the sides. So I always scrape around the bowl because I feel like you get better bang for your buck if you go around rather than scraping down all the time. And I always whack it on the inside. Okay, 40 grams of raw cacao. And then there's also 100 grams of maple syrup, and 100 grams of milk. So I've put them all together. So I can just pop it in pre-weighed, tuck it in all at once. There we go. Insert measuring cup, and then it's 30 seconds. Speed 4. And then I can actually preview as well. When you're doing something, say it's cooking or it's stirring for a while, you can actually look at preview and look at all the next steps. So it says scrape down, insert measuring cup, and we do it for another minute, and then it'll be finished. So this actually lasts 3 weeks in the fridge, which I think is pretty damn good. You can use it for all sorts of stuff. Sandwiches.
It'll go on the brioche, the bread.
Yes. Oh, yes, the brioche.
Yeah.
It'll also go, so that's our first stir. Crepes, pancakes, that sort of stuff. I'm sure there's also baking goods that you can put Nutella in. Oh, sorry, chocolate hazelnut spread.
Okay.
Trademarked. All right, and then this next one is a minute. So then I'll let you.
Yep.
That.
Okay. So this is my yogurt. It's everyone's yogurt, but there's just a couple of tweaks that some amazing people worked out that save a lot of time. So this yogurt, it's something that I put on. It's using the fermentation mode on the TM6. So anything that you wanted to ferment, you can adjust this time. You can do however you want with whatever you want. But this one, it's built in to the recipe again, but you can adjust the time. But I find the 10 hours is perfect. So it's great to put on at night, and when you wake up, your yogurt's there. It doesn't need to go in the fridge for a little bit. So the one that I use is the natural yogurt Varoma method. And what I do slightly differently is, first of all, I've done what the bit says. So I've weighed out some yogurt. I use a thick Greek, but natural yogurt, as long as it's a natural yogurt, you can use some of your yogurt from the time before if you want. And you weigh that out. So it's 55 grams. Now, the next step, the reason this is different is that normally you put your litre of milk in, and you have to heat it up and then cool it down for 45 minutes. It's the process of with the milk. So by using the long life milk, you can skip that step, and which is why then it only takes you 5 minutes. So basically a whole container of long life milk. So this yogurt is under $2 for a litre. And like all the little things we've made, the cost savings are crazy, and you can see how quick and easy everything is. Things like the muesli you've got for weeks, the bread, you freeze. So the milk goes in, and what you'll see here is it says without measuring cup to heat it to 80 degrees. But the next step asks you to cool it down to 45 because that's where it's done its magic. So all I do is I adjust the time to about 3 minutes. But if it gets to 45 before, then you can turn it off. It's 45 is 45. And then turn it to speed 3, and the MC is not in there. And that heats for 3 minutes. And then we add the stuff, and I'll show you how to put it all together.
And it's so much yogurt, like things that you can do. You can make coulis with it. So hubby, when he was working from home during COVID, he would make the yogurt. I'd make the coulis and the muesli that I just made tonight. And that's what an amazing breakfast. Yeah, you don't have to go to McDonald's, and you can save that absolute stack of money. And then, yeah, there's all, and if you want non-dairy yogurt, there's heaps of recipes for that as well.
Yeah. Or coconut or
Coconut and all that
any
sort
of
of
those.
stuff. So here is my chocolate hazelnut spread. So put it in a container, stick it in the fridge. It'll firm up in the fridge. So it's quite, it's not runny, but it's gloppy at the moment. But it'll be more spreadable once it's cooled down. And that was simple and easy. Easy as.
And how much did it make?
It made, I would say, almost half a litre.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. So definitely
Maybe
a cost saving,
a bit
and
less than
also
that.
the health benefits. So everything we've made here, we know 100% what's gone into it. But
Yep.
you can see us going, I wouldn't put that, I'll put this, so you can have your own changes to it as well. So that's really cool. So this is up to 40 already, so it probably won't need the whole rest of the time. And basically then I'm going to put this yogurt that I weighed in and some milk powder. That's all. You can put sugar if you like. I don't. And then you can put it into, now, this doesn't look so pretty because we ate it, but you can put it into your thermoserver in your Varoma and cook it for your 10 hours and it will come out. So you can see how thick and creamy. You see that, Liz?
And that's the key. Yeah, is when you want to make a yogurt, if it doesn't have the milk powder in it, if the recipe doesn't have the milk powder, it's actually a pouring yogurt. So you want to find the recipes that have milk powder in them if you want the proper thick yogurt that we're used to.
So that's the recipe. See here, it says allow to cool mixing bowl, until, and this is can't remember whether we're pasteurizing or unpasteurizing, whatever we're doing. So I don't need to do that because it's already at 45. We're just there. So the next step, I've got my Roma in the way. So the next step, you add some of the warm milk to the yogurt, purely just to get it mixed so it's not too lumpy. It's going to mix again. So we just mix that a little bit. Okay, and then we add that back in. So add that back in. So it's 3 ingredients. And then the milk powder goes in. Now you can do flavored ones. I think Liz said that different flavors. Put your coolies in the bottom. I'll put coolie in the bottom of my jar and pour it in. However, whatever it is that you want. Now this just mixes for a few seconds. 5.
Oh yeah, 5 seconds.
And that's it. So I'll just pour one out, but you can see I've used it in the big tin, and then I like it in the little jars. And these jars are designed to fit into the Varoma, so they're on the mix shop. So a lot of this stuff's on the mix shop, or obviously, as we've mentioned, quite a few of the things are host rewards or goodies if you become a consultant. So that fits 8, so they've got a little lid. I won't do all that now. But you can see, so there, that fits in there, and then that will come out solid. I'll be able to tip it up and it'll be completely solid. The next step, all you do once you've done that is you just rinse the bowl, pop some water in, and what you'll see here is the last step. You just put some water and lemon juice just because it's cooking for so long. And what happens with the fermentation, it gets to 60 degrees and it keeps it at 60 degrees for 10 hours. So that's why you get the beautiful, so you can see that, sorry, 70. So you can see that 10 hours, not minutes, 70. And then again, the little special little picture there, which says fermentation. So like all the different modes we've done. And you just turn it on and leave it. So
and the lemon juice, the lemon juice actually helps in avoiding rusting of the blade because the water's sitting there at 70 degrees for so long. It's yeah, quick and easy and simple
Yeah. Hmm.
thing to do.
All right. So,
Awesome.
well, that was
Shall I
action
share?
packed.
I know
We
it was
will
longer
we
than
both
that.
share. We'll have to both do a share.
Yeah. Shall
Um,
I shall share my screen. Yeah. Right. So that was our host rewards. So now at the moment, um, most incredible offer ever. So if you tell your friends, if you know people who own TM31s or are looking to buy a TM6, so spread the word. You might not be looking for one yourself, but definitely spread the word that at the moment there's a crossover choice of when you purchase a Thermomix, you can either get a spare bowl blade and lid set, plus our beautiful Thermomix creating something incredible hardcover cookbook, plus a $200 Woolworths supermarket e-gift card, which is crazy. And people purchasing a new TM6 plus people who are upgrading from a TM31 can take up this offer. So that's the new offer. But we also have our old offer running until the 23rd of September. And that, so you can choose either one for the next couple of days. And that is that you get a TM6 plus a cutter plus a blade cover peeler and a $300 gift card from the mix shop. So it's just bonkers at the moment.
Crazy. Unbelievable.
Crazy. But the best I should have. Oh, here we go. This is the best one. So if you want to purchase a TM6 or maybe a second one, as you've seen tonight, we've both got more than one Thermomix. Totally amazing to have that. You can actually start with get your business kit for half price. So $400 worth of essential tools for just $75. And then once you become a consultant, there is so many benefits and bonuses once you become qualified as well. And you get all your training for free. I'm going to talk about that for a second because I've just remembered that I didn't put my Hollandaise sauce on.
The other thing there is that you can earn your Thermomix. So jump on board, 6 sales, earn your Thermomix, earn your second Thermomix, do whatever it is that you would like. It's an amazing way to get one on your bench. You actually could go once you've done that, but most people love us and love staying and having a play with us. So that's what we would ultimately hope. Heaps of fun, very flexible, as you can see for both of us. We love doing this bit. We do cooking experiences with customers. We do one-on-ones. We sell Thermomixes. We get paid. So all in all, it's an amazing job. And it can be a part-time, it can be very much a hobby, or it can be a full-time good job as well. So
and you can tell as well, I left Thermomix for a little while when my mother-in-law had cancer. And I came back. You know, you can always welcome back into the fold.
Absolutely.
As well. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So if you want to
put that on, unshare.
Unshare.
Yep.
We might do the Hollandaise again. Another one.
I got because I turned the Thermomix on and then I got distracted.
Okay. So thanks everyone for tonight. Now we're just going to do a bit of a show and tell. There's actually quite a bit to at both ends, I think. So there's my bread that I made earlier today. We actually pretty well ate half another one. I'm going to slice that one up and freeze it. That's what it looks like with homemade jam. So pretty special again if you've got, you know, guests or you're going to a brunch. Homemade jam, easy peasy, if I can do it. You've seen my juice, so just to remind you, just Mm. It really is a nice juice. And it's kind of like a smoothie. Imagine how much you would pay for that at the boost juices and places like that, just for one. And we've got 4 glasses of this size at least. So you can just think about the cost savings there. Here's the brekkie. So what I've done is, even in the recipe, you put a few berries in and heat them up for a couple of minutes so they're a little bit warm, and that creates a beautiful little berry coulis. On top, you could put some nuts, you could do whatever. I like doing even mango and pineapple, different fruits. So that's that one. The other thing I do with that one is I do it in the little yogurt jars as well, because it's actually just a yummy little snack. So, and it's a nice healthy little snack. If mid-morning, if you feel like something, it's got that little bit of maple syrup, so it's got the sweetness as well. And yeah, really yummy. So another idea for that one. And then we've got the yogurt. So that's the homemade yogurt. I might get a dark container for that. And in the little one, and then of course, this one is the host reward. You can't buy these. This is definitely worth hosting, and adding that to your collection of goodies.
And then there's my bread, my muesli, and my chocolate hazelnut spread. And then my Hollandaise in the Thermomix.
We'll do that one again. The thing with the Hollandaise does keep, and you can actually, I have it, the Hollandaise, and it works just as well in the thing. So there we go. I'm just going to put my screen down. You can see all my stuff.
Any other questions? Have we?
Not sure.
Given you on fun things to look at and play with?
Hopefully. All right. So guess what? Our next one in 2 weeks, we are doing oranges and lemons. We're doing some main courses, some desserts, a whole pile of different things. The flyer we'll be popping it up tomorrow, and the link is on there for you now. So there's a little link you can just type in if you want to, the QR code. So that will be on the 3rd of October, 7:30, my house, Lisa's house.
And my house.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to stop when I find the button.